I love Journey Together. Not like, I love it. But I don't have the time for it that I really should, if that makes sense. I don't have time to put a master set together. I really don't. I'm still working on 151 and I can't wait for Destined Rivals to come out. But that doesn't mean I want to forget about Journey Together. So, what I did was I bought a starter master set. And what's in a starter master set can vary depending on seller, but the one that I bought includes the common, uncommon, rare cards as well as all of the reverse hollows. So obviously this won't have any of the double rares, the art, what we would consider art rares or full arts. Definitely doesn't have any illustrations or SIRs, but it takes care of everything that's from the base set of Journey Together. So I can buy my favorite illustration rares and add that to the binder. All right, so we've got our box. Of course, we have our binder. And then over here, I have stacks and stacks of sleeves because we're going to be sleeving up a whole lot of cards today. Ooh, I don't think these were secured very well. I'm going to be honest. The way that sounded terrible. Okay, so let's have a look here. Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. I heard him slam like that. Oh. I wish they were in a bag or something. You can kind of see those ones are messed up on the bottom. But you know what? It was pretty cheap, so can't really complain. All right, I'll get that out of the way. And it looks like it was the reverse hollows that slid, except for that one. That one goes with that set. So, and this is what I'm probably the most excited for is the reverse hollow master set. Because like I said, there's just I know they're only like 3 to 10 cents, but just trying to find them all is so incredibly hard. I pay way more in shipping than I do for the cards themselves, and that is so frustrating to me. So let's go ahead. I'm going to get these all sleeved up, and then we'll go ahead and move them into the binder. All right. So if I already have the card, then I'm going to go ahead and just kind of set it off to the side. Now this is how you do a master set. Oh my goodness. This is so much easier than what I am used to. Oh dang it, did I already mess up? I did. There we go. I stopped for a second. I was like, I tried really hard when I put this together to not mess up the order of the cards. Just because I put that there so it wouldn't get all mixed up, and then I still tried to do it wrong. Oh, okay. So I have the reverse but not the regular for that one. It's a little bit different. Sing it with me. Fall Corona. I have no idea how Rimrod turns into Octillery. Truly, truly do not understand that one, like, at all. Wingull and Pelipper are usually some of my starter Pokemon, and I try to hold on to them for as long as possible in the games, just because I kind of get attached to them. But as far as starters go, they're not that great, so they end up getting replaced pretty fast. But I always hold on to like the last minute, and then I'm like, okay, this Pokemon is pretty terrible. Fair enough. I feel like we're just flying through this. And of course, since it's a master set, except for those EXs, which I did order, by the way, I did order them. I plan on putting the EXs in and just having the base set. So not really worrying about anything past that. Obviously, I did just, for the fun of it, I picked my favorite IRs. And I went ahead and I bought those. Whoops. but I certainly did not feel obligated in any way, shape, or form. I think once you get the base, that's good enough. If it's not a set that you absolutely adore, oh no. Oh no, I did it. I did it. Why? Why am I the way that I am? Okay. Well, that is a bummer. I tried so hard. Not to mess it up, and I messed it up. That's fine. You know what? Actually, it's not too big of a deal. I'm just gonna keep going because, yeah, it's not the worst. There's always something that I messed up. I feel like I just can't quite do it all the way without just something going wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that one out. The oratorio really is beautiful. Love that one. And of course my favorites are little cutie fly. And I am not sad to have an extra one of these. Not sad at all. Oops. Let's move this out of the way. So that'll be 69 and then 70. And preemptively just move that over. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so I made another mistake. So I think we'll see. Maybe two wrongs will make a right. I think that's the case, actually. I think two wrongs are about to make a right. Yep, two wrongs made a right. Phew. We are back on track. Yep, sure are. That's, sometimes that's just how it goes. Nice. All in all, I think this is a very interesting way to do a master. Oh no, I messed up again. Dang it. Dang it. I think this is a very interesting way to do a master set. Um, like I said, I just didn't have the time for this one. But I do love it, and I know that I'm going to want it later down the line, for sure. And so I didn't want to fully just skip it. I do think it would be fun to do a base master set, because this is basically what I'm going to try to do for prismatic evolutions, just obviously without uh, without the master balls, just because the master balls are a little bit too much for me. But you know, the regular, the reverse, and the Pokeball is kind of what I'm trying to do. Because opening a master set, like truly a true master set, would be nigh impossible. It is doable. There are definitely people out there that put the time and energy and the money, specifically the money, into doing it. And I think that's so awesome. I would love to one day do that, to just save up enough that I can go ahead and just, I don't even know. I watch Danny Phantom a lot, and I feel like he just goes through cases of cards trying to rip his master sets, and it's so fun to watch. It really is super fun to watch. But I'm glad that I'm watching him do it and it's not me. But I would like to try it just one time. I would like to try to, do a master set from beginning to end. Ripping only. I feel like it wouldn't be obviously as bad as what he's doing because he's trying to get the SIRs, but even he sometimes gives up and will buy the SIRs or like an IR that he just can't get. And so when you think about like just how much he's opened, that's really is impressive to be like, wow, there's a lot of cards. There's some of the other YouTubers, they haven't been able to get their favorite chase cards yet, and they're still ripping for them. I definitely believe the, one box and then buy what you want, or two boxes and then buy what you want is probably the smartest way to go. I have personally not tried that yet. I'm not gonna lie. Well, obviously the first box that I bought was Journey Together, and I'm keeping it sealed. So I've never bought boxes before, at least English boxes. I have a bunch of Japanese boxes because, well, until a little while ago, those were actually affordable. Those were really good. Do 115. Yep. Skip. So I have plenty of Japanese boxes. I just don't have English boxes. And I think part of it is the sticker shock. Because I get sticker shock pretty bad, right? I see like it's so much easier to spend $50 10 times than it is to spend $500 one time. It just is what it is, right? So it's a lot easier to buy Japanese or buy smaller things than it is to just, rip off that band-aid and buy a bunch of booster boxes, because it's just, I don't know, it feels like so much. It really does. It feels like a lot. Even though in the grand scheme of things, maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. I do want to try to keep the ones that I pulled specifically in the binder as much as I can. It's kind of like a little side quest. Not super important, but it is nice. And this pretty girl, she replaced Chansey in the Pokemon centers. So they no longer have those. Well, at least not in the Unova region. Oh, shoot. There we go. Ingredient will be next page. It's kind of crazy to me to think that, you know, as long as I've been working on 151, and then by buying this starter master set, I'm literally closer. Obviously not in real life, right? Because I've got a lot of big hitter cards from my 151 binder. But it's just crazy to me how like better this binder is already looking than the ones I've been pouring my, blood, sweat, and tears into. Oh my goodness, we're almost at the trainers. Finally. I genuinely wonder who's using these cards, because somebody has to be. This has to be a great card, right? Because they keep printing it in so many different ways. It's got to be, like, I don't have any in my deck. Gotta love Brock. I wish they would have put ASCII right in the middle, like on the side, just somewhere with her. That would have been a cute little Easter egg. I have no idea how this card, oh, dang it, how that card made it through. Like, honestly, like if you think of like the Sabrina card, they were saying, oh, she's flipping off the person, and that got changed, and she really wasn't. Like, I get why Misty's Tears was banned. That one makes sense to me. But I think like how careful Wizards of the Coast was, to not accidentally like mess up. Not that it's like bad or anything. I know what they mean. Pokemon power. Um, it makes sense to me, but at the same time, I'm like, man, the kids are going wild for that one. It's definitely a joke at this point. There we go. Oh, I have to move all my IRs, don't I? Sadness. Well, that's okay, because you know what? This is a great opportunity to show off all these cards. So Maractus probably isn't my favorite. It's really not. But I did love how they had her with all the potted plants, sort of like how they have Sprigatito with all potted plants. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then, of course, I pulled Articuno. Who doesn't love one of the three birds? Like, these are the OGs. Wailord was one of the ones that, if this was an SIR, I wouldn't pick this up. But because it was an IR and it was affordable, I did pick it up just because it's such a silly card. And I think it's so bright and beautiful. And of course, I love water Pokemon. And then Iono's Wattrel, I like this better than Iono's Bellybolt. I like Wattrel as a Pokemon a lot better. So this one just made more sense. And of course, I meant Kilowattrel, the evolutionary form. But yeah, I like that one a lot better. And of course, love me Lily's Rabombi. Just so cute. Absolutely adorable. One of my favorite Lily cards right there. So, can't say no to all that. And like I said, because they're IRs, I was able to pick all these up. And it wasn't a big deal. And I even picked this one up. Not my favorite Pokemon, but I just really love the artwork. I just absolutely love that. So, yeah, perfect. Oh, look at that. Perfectly done page. So, I will have a couple cards coming in. Obviously, like I said, not the SIRs. But yeah, that is a completed binder. Once I get those EX cards in, we're going to be good to go. So, absolutely incredible. Now, is there a big difference between putting all your cards into a binder and maybe, say, putting them in a bulk bin of depression? Probably not. These cards, by most accounts, would be considered bulk anyways. But for me personally, I enjoy having them in a binder that is specific to that set because I feel like my bulk bin is just more of a burden than it is a joy. So, by having these in binders, it is true the binder is probably worth more than the collection, and that's okay. But it makes it so it just seems like this is something that I have. This is a starter master set. It is something that is valuable to me as a collector, and I'm going to be able to enjoy it. I'm going to be able to flip through it and see all the different artworks, and it's just going to be so much easier for me personally to enjoy. I hope this gave you guys some ideas in case you are struggling with a certain set. You don't really have the time to go hunt down all the cards. Hey, maybe try out a starter master set.